Tonight, I want to draw your attention to a quiet semiconductor stock that's been climbing steadily higher and higher without much fanfare. That has to end tonight because this stock is too good. I'm talking about Integrated Device Technology, IDTI for you home gamers. It's a maker of low-power, high-performance chips for a bunch of niche markets like clock timing, where they're the #1 player, as well as next-generation communications infrastructure, high-performance computing, and power management. In the past 12 months, IDTI has more than doubled. It's up more than 20% in the last 3 months. Even at these levels, the stock still trades at a merely 18.5 times next year's earnings estimates. Great balance sheet, darn cheap considering it has a 38% long-term growth rate. That's smoking. Now, in addition to timing chips, you can find IDT semiconductors in switches for 4G wireless base stations. How about that? Wireless stuff. And they also made some radio frequency products. Plus, the company's had a high-performance computing business where they make what are known as memory interface components. Basically, these dramatically increase the throughput of DRAM modules made by the likes of Samsung, Hynix, Micron. Last but not least, the company has an advanced power management business where they pioneered the chips used in wireless charging technology. Ultra-fast growing category that I'm incredibly interested in. When IDTI reported on Monday, the company blew away the numbers, gave stronger than expected guidance. The computing business, which is all about the data center, was particularly hot. That was up 41% versus the previous quarter. And even though the stock has already had a tremendous run, I wouldn't be surprised if it just kept climbing. Let's drill down with Greg Waters. He's the president and CEO of Integrated Device Technology. Find out more about the quarter and his company's future. Mr. Waters, thank you so much for coming on Mad Money.
My pleasure, Jim. Thank you for having us.
Now, you worked at Skyworks for a long time. One of our recommendations since it was 5. Is that where you learned to be able to get a stock to double in a year?
It was a great run with a great company, and even more fun is being part of the next great franchise at IDT.
Okay, now I saw the numbers. I said, what are those guys doing? And then I read about that the holy grail, I think, is wireless charging. And it's you, right? That's you, and you're installing it all over the world.
We're one of the great early leaders in a very cool technology about wireless charging. And if you kind of step back just from the wireless charging aspect, the thing that's running through all of our product lines, and wireless charging is one of 3, is the explosive growth in what we'd call real-time video. So the consumer's ability to source a video or download a real-time video in HD from a smartphone, from a GoPro camera, from you name it, it involves a new build-out of a whole bunch of different technologies, and we're in all 3 major areas. So the first thing we talk about is wireless charging. Most of us are having a hard time getting through the day with our smartphones or what have you without getting some type of an additional charge. So this technology, which we've been investing in for years, is just barely starting to happen right now. You've seen big names like Marriott, like others come out and just start to introduce this technology. And although it's going to take a couple of years to make this technology commonplace, we think it's one of those fundamental growth areas for the next several years, and we're very pleased and proud to be part of that.
Right now, I'm one of those guys you always see sitting down everywhere because I'm next to an outlet. You tell me I don't have to, there may be a time when I don't have to just jam myself on the floor next to an outlet?
Absolutely. You know, for myself, running through LAX airport last week, there's charging stations starting to appear there. You know, for myself, having been in this industry for a while, we're not only shipping this wireless charging technology to some of the big names in the industry, but it's just now starting to transition from that early adopter phase to the growth phase. I think 2015 is the first year we start to see some real legs out of the industry in this. But we've got non-traditional applications. We're shipping this stuff into furniture manufacturers and lamps these days. So if you think about where this stuff can end up, the whole idea is, can we make charging become almost invisible so that wherever you are, you can eventually get it?
Oh, my God, that'd be so great. I know Martha Stewart complained once. She said, if you could just get someone to fix that. I said, it's not my department, but it is yours. Now, here's something that I thought was astonishing. You execute high-performance analytics on real-world social media traffic, like for the World Cup finals, which to me was the greatest social media experience that I've ever seen.
Yeah, which is a great segue. So if you look at the, why do we want more charging and why are we running through battery life? It's because we've got all these cool social apps, we've got video, that in fact are getting processed by the cloud. So if you then jump over to the infrastructure side and wireless communications and data centers, this is where the great majority of our business is today. And while charging is very cool, it's also a very small part of our business and is part of the growth story. But if you jump over to that cloud data center, which is fueling a ton of our growth right now, we are leaders in the field of what's called advanced memory interface. And you'll hear words like DDR, DDR4 thrown around. And all those are their technical acronyms of using our technology to allow memory to get a couple of accesses to the microprocessors faster than they could otherwise. So if you look at all of the social media, all the apps that are making our smartphones a cool experience, analytics in every way, location, all of that requires a lot of hard number crunching is driving the demand for ever faster and increasing amounts of memory. And we think this, if there is an underappreciated area about the IDT story, may be one of them. We think this is a very, very long-term secular trend, and we're happy to be right in the middle of it.
Well, I'm so glad I had you on because, a lot of times you've tried to figure out who's behind the technology, and I've been recommending Skyworks forever. And I said, wow, I can't believe this IDT. This is why they're blowing away the numbers. You've got a great company, sir. Greg Waters, President and CEO of Integrated Technology Devices, IDTI. Congratulations on that amazing quarter.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Guys, cheap stock, great balance sheet, tremendous products, right in the sweet spot. I like this company very much. Stay with Cramer.